scene with a need to bleed you when the light goes green. That's when the element is certain to be. Yin and yang to see what a grin on my chin when you come to me. Cause I'll win all one of a kind and I'll bring death to the place you're about to be. Another river of blood running under my feet, forged in a fire lit long ago.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, as you can see today we're doing Warhammer 40K lore. Today's subject matter, Boltgun. If you're wondering what Boltgun is, well, that's what today's video is for, if you couldn't tell by the intro. It's gonna be one fucking awesome video, so sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, grab a glass of whiskey, make sure your kilts are on, and get prepared, because I'm going to explain the lore, the weapons, and how generally overpowered Malum motherfucking Caedo really is. Let's get into it. Alright you wee fucks, let's start off with who the fuck you're playing as in Boltgun. Let's start with a little bit about the backstory of who you are playing as. The man in question, Malum motherfucking Caedo, an 800-year-old Sternguard Veteran, one of the most overpowered motherfuckers that the Space Marines have ever produced in the setting of Warhammer 40K. You might be wondering, Killer Studios, what is a Sternguard Veteran? Well, my loyal viewer, a Sternguard Veteran is an absolute unit, the absolute pinnacle of Space Marine chapters. You only send these boys in if shit is really fucked up. Most of them have survived countless battles. They have ripped their way through hell and back. Granted, these boys aren't going to be fighting all the greatest demons of chaos. You aren't sending them in to go and kill, the greatest stuff. You're literally just sending them in to hold the line, fight back against pretty unfavorable odds, but they'll do pretty well. Just like our protagonist in the game, but they are still some of the best Space Marines in Warhammer 40K universe. Now, does that justify how overpowered our protagonist is in the game? Well, we will have to see if the lore backs up how genuinely overpowered this man is. But at least that gives us a good baseline to work off. Fun fact, did you know that Malum Caedo, dyslexia, translates to I kill evil, which is so cool. Leave it to Warhammer 40K to give you some of the best names ever. They are awesome names to give to their characters, honestly. But I digress. Let's get back on track, shall we? The main story of Boltgun is a simple one, but there is still a lot of lore in there. It's a big story. The story starts after the events of Space Marine 1, which is an awesome game. By the way, you should play it. Honestly, your testosterone will increase. I guarantee it. This game, Boltgun, is a continuation of Space Marine 1, which means it is also part of the story in with Space Marine 2. It's kind of like the 1.5. After Space Marine 1, you play Boltgun, and then you went on to play Space Marine 2, which is an awesome game. You should play. I can't because my computer isn't strong enough to handle it, but again, I am getting off track here. So let's get back on to the script. So all the events you see here in Boltgun are mostly canon, which is fucking insane because fucking hell. right? I'm just gonna call him the protagonist because I can't keep saying Malum motherfucking Caedo every time, so we're just gonna call him the protagonist. Does some of the most insane stuff you've ever seen. Honestly, this man does insane stuff, and it's canon as well, which is insane. Honestly, you can't even believe some of the stuff this man will do. So let's start off our story, shall we? So let's start our story. Apparently, some tech priest was messing around with tech he probably shouldn't have been messing around with, and opened a portal to hell, because it's just a typical thing that happened in Warhammer. This allows chaos to come back to the planet after Titus had just cleaned it up, which is really bad for the Forge World guy at Graia. Terrible. So chaos comes back to the planet and fucks shit up, as it does. The Inquisition gets over to the planet and decides to send one Sternguard Veteran squad. Not a whole platoon, not a whole chapter, not even half a chapter of Space Marines. Just one Sternguard Veteran squad. Once they were finally sent to the planet, the drop pod they were in crashed into a hill and ended up killing all of Caedos's teammates. I'm just gonna call him Caedos, not protagonists, I think. Yeah. Caedos teammates. But he didn't care. He just grabbed his chainsword, just got out the crash, grabbed his chainsword, and rushed at the nearest enemy he saw. He then proceeded to rip and tear his way through countless hordes of demons, chaos worshippers, Nurgle demons, and greater demons, because why the fuck not? But you may be wondering, how did he do that? All with a chainsword? Fuck no. Whilst that might be epic and absolutely absurd, but no, he had a variety of weapons, such as the Boltgun. If you couldn't tell by the title of the game, oh, of course he has a Boltgun. The shotgun, plasma gun, the heavy bolter, which basically turns him into a fucking anti-aircraft cannon. Absurd. The melta gun, which I think is pretty self-explanatory what he does to his enemies. The grav cannon, which is a really weird one. It kind of just shoots a laser and then just eviscerates your enemies. I mean, if the melta gun is the fucking family eraser, this gun is the goddamn universe eraser. You were just gone. You don't exist anymore. You were just gone. And of course, the best gun, the gun that carried on from Space Marine 1, it's a legendary gun, the Vengeance Launcher. It erases your enemies with grenades and vengeance, because that's awesome. As Malum motherfucking Caedo absolutely rips his way through the Chaos Invasion, he learns that a Chaos Sorcerer called... No, I'm not saying that name, screw that. We're just calling him the Chaos Sorcerer. I'm not saying that. Not on your life. Is trying to find a Chaos Artifact and supercharge it in order to turn Forge World Graia into his own personal demon world. But of course, our protagonist, Caldo, fuck my dyslexia, Caldo will not be having that. So he proceeds to find him, beat the ever-living shit out of him. But before, he can do that and beat the shit out of him, he first has to kill 8 greater demons of chaos. Now that's insane. He first has to kill 8 greater demons. Now let me just count how many of those 8 greater demons. That's insane. You realize how insane that is? A feat that very few Space Marines, not even Primarchs, have even done. I think this killed maybe one Graia Demon, and they have Sanguinius, who just stole a Titan, but I'm getting off topic here. But very few Primarchs have even done. This man is insane. To be fair, he did this all one by one, so yeah. To be fair, he fought them all one by one, but I'm getting off topic here. Quick side note, another reason why this guy is actually insane and why he's canonically stronger than a Primarch. If you go into the levels system in Boltgun, I think I'm popping that on the screen now for you to see. There's actually, if you look at the difficulty setting, it says on the hardest difficulty, not even a Primarch could survive, which means canonically this guy is stronger than a Primarch, which is fucking terrifyingly awesome. Again, back on track though. After doing all that and killing the Chaos Sorcerer, which is the guy with the fucking artifact. Again, I'm not gonna say his name. Every time I do it, it makes my dyslexia, and it just hurts. It really hurts for me to do. After Space Marine Doomslayer gets his hands on the Chaos Sorcerer, he proceeds to beat the ever-living shit out of him until he's nothing more than a bloody pulp, and then he grabs his bolter, shoots him a bunch of times, and then for good measure checks if there is a pulse, fires again, and that is the end of Boltgun. That is the end of Boltgun. But just at the end, in the end credit scene, so there's a cutscene at the end, there's still plenty of demons on the planet, so he proceeds to grab his bolter. He gets ready, and he goes and rips and tears until it is done. So we conclude this lore that we've covered. We've covered his weapons, we've covered his awesome chainsword, we've covered how absolutely broken this character actually is, and how much he's killed and ripped and teared. So I hope you enjoyed my video. Have a killing day. Like and subscribe because I need people to do that. And let me know down in the comments if you want to see more Warhammer lore videos, because I think, yeah, this is pretty good. I understand there's been a lot of glitchy audio. This is my first time doing this. I will make an effort to improve it. I didn't have a lot of time to do this video, but I promise I will make a massive effort to improve it. So please, just like and subscribe. Tell me what I could do better. Tell me how I could be a bit more fluent. And I think we'll be doing a couple more videos on some couple of our smaller bits while I get to grips on how to do the speaking part of the lore and not be so glitchy and not so, goddamn dyslexic. So I'll read through my scripts a lot more often. This was just a one-off. I don't think it's going to get many views. If it does, thank you very much. But again, thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, have a killing day. And let me know if you want to see more of my Warhammer lore videos. And I promise I will do much better in the future. Thank you.